So I'm gonna try to dig deeper into what you just said. First, you had a flair for fashion. You had a flair for creating things. How did you then decide to study economics?
Um. Okay, great. No, no, no. So, of course, okay. So, how do I even explain? Right, you are done with secondary school, and you have to write jam and begin to apply to schools. Yeah. So it was, of course, my decision for economics was final year of secondary education. Exactly. So I loved economics while in secondary school, like I loved economics. I didn't like science, or I mean, I was curious, so I actually popped nose. I put my nose, I was like, what are you guys doing? Physics? No way. I don't like. So I knew that I did not like anything science related. Commerce, I actually, yeah, I found it interesting. I was like, I like this whole aspect around business. I do like it, but for some reason, I don't know why. Economics was, yeah, it was just something that I loved. Like everything. I had no struggle whatsoever with anything in economics, right? And it was always my top scores were in economics, exactly. So at the point of deciding what to study in university, I remember going through like the JAM brochure and just going through all the possible departments and courses and just trying to pick what I would like. I remember asking even people like, how do you get to pick what to study? And to be honest, I did not get any concrete answer at that point in time. But it was really something heavy on my mind because I didn't just want to make a decision. Like, yeah, but I didn't have anyone actually or anything to tell me, like, if you want to have a career in this field, like, play it back and ensure that you take this course or take this course. Like there was nothing. So it was just a matter of me going through what was available and trying to pick what I thought I was interested in, right? So when I saw that itself was an entire program, I was like, why not? So that was actually why I went for economics. So fashion came in between that, right? Because while my mates were writing the exam to then start university, I actually stayed a year at home. All right. So I didn't go straight to university. There was a year gap, and it was in that time that I then learned how to sew. So you see that I had already decided economics because I loved economics, right? And then in that space of year, I was like, okay, let's learn how to sew, and I found it interesting as well. So yeah.
I like the way you outlined it because that challenge, like the challenge of how do I like how do I know what should go study, like what should I be looking out for, and you actually went ahead to talk to people to try to understand what you should do, and it's interesting that I had the same experience, and then over 10 years since graduating till now, students still face the same
The same.
situation, which is just it's mind-boggling because if at that stage the decision you make at that stage has a lot of impact on your trajectory going forward. And you mentioned it before that you're a planner, you like to, you're a critical thinker. I can see all of that reflected in how you even went about deciding on economics. As much as it was a maze, there was so much you could do, but you weren't really sure where to go. You knew these courses that you enjoyed.
Exactly.
And that kind of maybe you just felt, well, I might as well just go with what I enjoy doing, even though you had no clue what things were going to come out of it. And secondly, the fact that, okay, you liked fashion, you went into fashion, but you still didn't, there wasn't any support or resources to show you how that could actually become a line of business, even leveraging your background in economics. If you had some form of guidance, you could have been one of those top designers on, on starting your design I find that very interesting because it's the same challenge that we have today. And then even when people get out of school, trying to decide which job should I take on, which is really why we set up Anutio to say there are a lot of data points in your life at different stages of your life. Those exactly that you do either from school. School is just one data point. It doesn't necessarily, it's not the be all and all that should decide your career future. So school is one data point. Feedback from your peers is another data point. What you enjoy doing and the feelings you derive from it is another data point. And then you already said, I don't like physics. It's not for me. That is a data point that should guide you to say, okay, maybe this is not something I want to do, or maybe if there's a different way to approach it. But so the plan is that with the initial app, people can capture those data points and be able to strategically decide at each stage of your life, okay, these are the courses that would align with what I would enjoy to do. And that way you can be more intentional about the trainings and every